Hello, beautiful Earth Angels. Welcome. Welcome to Earth Angels Unite. So happy to be here with you. Streaming live on Instagram. I'm going to try to pop over and see who's here once or twice if I remember to. Welcome, everyone. So happy to be here with you for transmission number 23. Oh, transmission number 63. Can you believe it? The 3 safety nets of releasing. Number 1, cushions of comfort. And so consciously releasing your pain is courageous and not for the faint of heart. Your angels will keep you safe and guide you step by step as you release your pain. All you have to do is ask. My intention with these transmissions is to create a space of transformation where we gather together to shine our heart light by healing the pain, healing the issues in the tissues, healing the wounds. And of course, when we gather together, we are more powerful. In these transmissions, I'll be sharing teachings from my debut book, Receiving from Your Angels, 4 Practices to Heal Your Pain with Angel Love. And be sharing an angel meditation or activation to help you to relax and cherish your body, to receive your next level of an angelic pain relief, and to really trust yourself, trust your intuition, trust how your angels are communicating with you, and all of that. So sorry, that was the comments were being funny. Okay. And so my name is Jill Kempner. I'm an angel coach and author. As an angel coach, what I help my clients do is heal the pain in their bodies with the love of the angels. And whether that pain is physical or emotional pain, understanding the part of the releasing process that we're actually going to be talking about today is, understanding the deeper meaning of your pain, the angelic perspective of your pain, which that alone begins to dissolve it. And so, of course, I'm an energy healer, So I not only coach you to hear your own clients and can have a personal connection with your own angels, but I also share IET and angel Reiki and crystal healing to heal the pain, to heal the issues in the tissues. So sorry, my throat's scratchy all of a sudden. And so, of course, I want to welcome everyone who's going to be here live today and everyone who is going to be connecting with the replay to be surrounded in a circle of beautiful, unconditional love and compassion, healing and miracles. And so today we're talking about practice number 3 in my book. And practice number 3 is the most tender practice, release and lead with your heart. And in this, just take a sip of water. Thank you, angels. All right, angels, do your thing. Clear my throat. Is that Deborah? Oh, hi, Deborah. Namaste. I'm trying to click over to Instagram to see who's there. So the release and lead with your heart, it's the most tender practice out of all of the practices. And this practice was born from my father's traumatic death. And I wrote about in that, I share a personal story in each one of the practices. And in that practice, I talk about, my difficult childhood. And, there was poverty, there was just a lot of stress. And then there was my father's traumatic death, that he was murdered. And so, when he had stepped into a robbery in progress and was killed. And so, as you can imagine, my already tender heart was filled with a mountain of grief and hurt and anger. And what I say in my book was going to take a miracle to release that and heal that. And so, in practice number 3, I write about the power of the heart, right? This alchemical space of unconditional love, this sanctuary, to transform any pain into peace. And this happens through conscious release. And that's what we're talking about today. And so, and I'm just being guided to, hello, welcome. Say hi if you're here. And so I feel like part of my medicine is to demystify the releasing process. Partly because I had, some weird experiences that I judged because no one was really talking about it, at least nobody in my circles, or normalizing what it looks like to consciously release. And, this idea of the safety nets of releasing, which I'm going to be talking about over the next 3 weeks leading up to my Leap Day event, which in the Leap Day event, the Quantum Leap Angelic Heart Activation, we're actually going to be going in and exploring, visualizing, imagining, exploring your heart chakra temple, and then receiving an angelic activation to release the loudest shadow that's in there. And this idea of the safety nets of releasing was born from some of these interesting experiences I had many years ago. And I wanted to read just a short paragraph on page 142 about that. So releasing happens in layers. It's totally normal for your body to twitch, shudder, or move involuntarily as you release. The angels want to normalize this for you. I remember shaking or trembling would happen to me while I relaxed during my yoga practice, like during the Shavasana. In that state of relaxation, old trauma would surface and my body would respond to the painful memories by moving involuntarily. At first, it made me nervous. However, I felt better afterwards, so I knew I was on the right path. I kept trusting my body's truthful wisdom and my angel's love to support me. Hi, Michelle. Namaste. And happy Tender Tuesday. Happy Mardi Gras. Happy Lunar New Year, right? We're in the Chinese New Year. So welcome. And and so I want to share a little bit about, what is releasing, what is it not, and talk about the cushions of comfort today before we, and then share, have you have a personal experience with the cushions of comfort in a meditation. And so what is releasing? And I talk about this in my book, and it's important sometimes when we're talking about what something is, it's important to hear what it's not first, right? So it's not, dumping on anyone. It's not hard. It's not numbing or escaping. Releasing is not causing yourself or anyone else harm, including Mother Earth. And releasing is not getting rid of your parts, which we could do. And I have done a whole transmission about you can't get rid of your parts. If that sounds interesting to you, want to hear more about that. And so what is releasing, right? It's actually, it's simple, but it's not always easy. It's about creating space for more of your soul's light and more of your angel's love to enter, right? To be in your physical body, to be in your energy body. Releasing is letting go of what no longer serves you, even if at one time it did, right? So that's such an important part of this, because we can have all these protectors, right? That at one point, I know for me, I had such excuse me, because of the trauma I had experienced, I was so defensive. I had so many defensive parts. And I have consciously worked with that for years to heal that. And but it made sense, right? There was a time when I needed those defensive parts. And then as I grew and as I kept, tuning into my angels and work and, becoming an author and all of that, I didn't need that anymore to protect me. So hopefully that's helpful in hearing that. Um, Releasing is about surrendering control. So this is why we have so much resistance to this, right? Because the last thing the ego wants to do is surrender control, right? And so the releasing process can feel it's releasing, healing, it's chaotic, it's messy. And that really triggers our parts. It triggers our perfectionist parts. It triggers our manager parts that want everything to be just have all our ducks in a row and have everything lined up. Releasing is unburdening, right? It's part of the unburden. It is taking the burden, right, that part is holding and consciously surrendering it to the angels, consciously releasing it. And that can feel scary. So it's a very courageous, right? It's brave and courageous I remember I had forgotten about my defensive parts, not totally, but until I was live right now talking about it, and, how that was such a wound for me for so long. But at the same time, I needed that part to help me get through to the next level of where I was going. And so it was very brave and courageous to say, okay, this part needs to release. This part needs to retire. This part needs to not be defensive anymore. And it's also, remember, all of these practices, right? We need to kind of name this, are conscious. We're consciously relaxing. We're consciously releasing. We're consciously receiving. So it needs to be conscious and explicit, purposeful, intentional to affect a change, right? So at the same time, sometimes we don't need to know what we're releasing, right? That's sort of like sometimes we can have a release and we're just cleared of it, right? But if it's a pattern that you've had for a really long time or possibly lifetimes, you're gonna need to learn the lesson of that wound. And that's where the consciousness of what you're releasing is important. So it's the divine feminine way, the paradox of like, sometimes you don't need to know it all, just release it and be cleared of it. And other times we need to know, so we gather the wisdom from that, right? Thank you, angels. So of course, there's so many ways to release, right? We can release through relaxation. We can release through receiving, right? That's a whole thing, right? We release to receive, we receive to release. They're happening simultaneously. We can release through our breath, through intention, through emotion, through movement. We can release through our roots. We can really release through all of our energy body. But there's often a big release through the energetic roots, right? As many of you have possibly experienced. Hello, welcome. Say hi if you're here. So the 3 safety nets of releasing are, and like I said, I'm going to be talking about them over the next few weeks, are the cushions of comfort, release only when ready, and no rushing. So today we're just talking about the cushions of comfort. And so I'm just listening to the angels. I felt like they were saying something. And so Archangel Azrael is the angel he's the angel of comfort. I'm being guided to pull out one of his cards. And oh my gosh, I literally opened it to his card. So I know that the angels really wanted me to have Archangel Azrael. He's the angel of comfort. And he's actually the one who gave me this entire download about the safety nets of releasing. Archangel Azrael came in and said, I'm the angel of releasing. And I was like, oh, thank you. Because when I was creating the book, I was guided to have an archangel for every step of every practice. And I knew the archangels were meant to be in my book and I wanted them to be. And then they showed me how they were going to be in my book. I was like, oh, thank you so much. This makes perfect sense. And so I was like, wait, where, how does Azrael come in? And I knew Archangel Azrael is the angel of death, the angel of transition, right? He's the angel that helps souls cross over. Hi, Lauren. Good morning. And so, and he's also the angel of comfort. He's like the ultimate grief counselor angel. And so Azrael is the supporting angel, is the angel that supports all of the safety nets of releasing. He's the one who actually showed me this is the download that'll be in the book. And I was like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. Because why? Because it's so tender. This is the most tender. This is the most challenging practice of all the practices in my book. Renew your devotion is practice number 1. Relax and cherish your body is practice number 2. Receive and trust your intuition is practice number 4. And then we're in the release and lead with your heart. And then we bring in these beautiful cushions of comfort. And so, thank you. I was just listening to the angels. So when you're ready to release, consciously release a pain, a pattern, a wound, an issue, what is it for you? Do you, and I'm feeling the angels coming in like, what is it that you are releasing? They begin to send you more love, more comfort, more support, and more compassion, right? They're here to support that release and make it as gentle as possible. So this extra bubble of love around you softens the intensity of the suppressed pain, right? Creating a gentle release. This is really important part of the cushions of comfort. You never have to feel the full intensity or depth of the pain when you invite the angels, right? And remember, this is so, right? We have to ask the angels for help. We have to ask the angels for, to support us in this process. And then sort of the same kind of align with this, right? You only feel a small, this part of the cushions of comfort is to understand that you only have to feel a small fraction of that pain as part of the integration process, right? So the cushions of comfort bring this extra bubble of love and protection around you that make the release gentle, that kind of buffer isn't the right word, but create this beautiful space where you're only feeling a small part of what needs to release as part of the integration process. So when this idea came to me, I knew this was an angelic download because I'm never going to come up with this, right? And why? Because it felt comforting. It felt spacious. And this is such an important part, right? Your angels love you unconditionally. They're never going to scare you. They're never going to harm you. They're never going to hurt you. And they're only going to share their love, comfort, and support. And so there was something else the angels were saying about that. So here was something that when I was writing this and kind of tuning in, what they had said was all 3 safety nets happen simultaneously. We're kind of just teasing it out right now to understand it a little bit more, so that when you're in different meditations and when you're in this process, you'll know that it's there, right? There's like a conscious learning of it, but you don't have to control it, right? But you do have to ask for help, right? Because we have free will. And so we have to ask for the help and the support. So, and remembering this, and I'm going to talk about this each week, right? That releasing happens in layers. So, what does that mean? It means that your emotions may rise and fall. that your body may twitch or shudder or move involuntarily as part of the release. I know I always laugh because when I get energy work, I have like these, kind of like I release through my physical body and through movement, which is part of what I want to normalize for you. That's totally normal. And if it doesn't happen, that's okay, right? Because another part of that is you may go into a deep state of stillness, right? Or even have healing without feeling. If it's too intense to sort of re-experience again, right? You kind of ride above that. And it doesn't mean that you haven't released if you have healing without feeling. If you've asked the angels for help with the release, trust that it's happening. Although I do find with a lot of earth angels, right, we're empaths, we're sensitive souls, we're often having either an emotional release, a physical release. And of course, we can release through our different emotions, right? Oftentimes it's tears, but it can also be laughter. It can also be coughing and sneezing and all the different other bodily sensations. And so how do I help my clients with this? I normalize their releasing process and help them to understand their own personal releasing. And this just what that looks like. And that just makes it easier to let go, right? I know, and again, I judged myself for, I would have this like wild leg twitching where it was kind of like, it's almost like my leg is having a seizure, right? And I'm like, oh my God, this is so crazy. And it did actually occur after I tore my knee. And I was like, okay. And then this was way before my book and all of this knowing about releasing. And so I was like, okay, this is so weird, and I didn't have a framework to support me in that. And I probably slowed the releasing down because I was nervous about it. So understanding your own releasing process can make it easier to let go. I encourage my clients to consciously release through relaxation and the energy work that I share with them, and then their own personal practice as well. And then I support them in asking that magic question: what lesson am I learning from this pain? And how powerful and important that is in this process. Hello, welcome. Yes, your body loves to move too, Michelle. My body and our bodies do love to move, right? Our bodies are the barometer. So the more you release, the more space you create to receive. That's the gift of all this weird and uncomfortable and wild releasing that can happen, right? Is that we're creating more space to receive our angels' love, to receive that peace and that healing and that compassion and that love and that comfort. And so before we do a short meditation, I want to invite you to a beautiful breakthrough conversation if you're ready to hire me as your angel coach and contemplate that. I'd love to connect with you in that way. It's a free conversation where I help you get clear about what your angels are saying. This is what you need to work on, right? And I share the angelic perspective of your pain and how my coaching programs are going to help you to get the results that you're looking for. And so you can go to my website, jillkempnerhealing.com, under free conversation, and fill out that short questionnaire. And then again, I am going to be offering a wonderful Zoom offering on Leap Day. Only happens once every 4 years. So excited, the Quantum Leap. Angelic heart activation. And I've gotten so many downloads about what that offering is going to share. And I know that we're sort of prepping ourselves right now from this, from these next 3 teachings over the next 3 weeks. That's going to support a really powerful clearing, releasing and opening of your heart chakra temple on that day. So I would love for you to join us. It's only $38. It's over Zoom, and there will be a replay, and all that information's on my website as well. And I'll put the link in the comments after the transmission. All right, my dears. So go ahead and close your eyes. Just take a few cleansing breaths. And we're going to do this short meditation to step into the heart temple and invite the cushions of comfort, invite Archangel Azrael to be here. So create a sacred space within and around you through your breath. Invite your amazing angels here, your angels and guardian angels, your allies, beloved ancestors, all of the archangels of release and lead with your heart, especially Archangel Azrael. Feeling Archangel Azrael's amazing heart temple supporting you. And you are surrounded in your angel's love and protection, love and compassion. And so grounding into the earth, feeling your guardian angels activating your energy body, your energetic roots, your universe of parts, your amazing chakra temples, those beautiful angel receivers, and your aura, the electromagnetic field around your body. Feel them activate your energy body with their love. And connecting with your heart, the gateway of your angel's love, bringing one or both hands there, or just your attention. And saying either silently or out loud, I am devoted to receiving love and comfort from my angels. And feel your heart open to your angel's love. Pause, breathe, and receive your angel's love and devotion for you. Feel how devoted they are to you, how much they love you, how much compassion they have for you. It's so healing. And so as you breathe, we welcome the medicine of relaxation. Just soften. Feel your body, mind, and heart relaxing physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. Lovingly step into your amazing heart temple as Archangel Azrael is in front of you, and he has a beam of light from his amazing, powerful, wise, and comforting heart to your heart, lighting up your heart temple. And stepping inside, we welcome, we invite the medicine of release and lead with your heart, the medicine of receive and trust your intuition, and how they happen simultaneously. And Azrael bringing his all of the safety nets of releasing as we welcome the cushions of comfort. So tuning in to what needs to release. And there's just, I feel like there's something with my throat that needs to release. some irritation or some block. So I'm asking for help with that today, now. And being clear within yourself what you are ready to release, what you need to let go of and surrender. And maybe you know right now, and it's okay if you don't. And if you don't, what the angels are saying is don't overthink it. So I'm just bringing that irritation from my throat to my heart, that part that's in there. And we welcome those cushions of comfort, feeling an extra bubble of love and comfort and protection. And you want to observe how you release without any judgment. And so receiving Azrael's love and comfort, receiving the cushions of comfort that you only have to feel a small little part of what is maybe suppressed or held or trapped there as part of the releasing process. It won't overwhelm you. It's not going to flood you or take over your whole consciousness. Beautiful. So the releasing happening, maybe you feel it down through the roots, maybe you feel it up through the crown, maybe you feel it out of the chakras. You can even, as we step into that spiritual relaxation, just surrendering. So I'm surrendering all of that throat irritation to my angels. You may feel emotions rise and fall. Again, you may feel your body need to twitch, move, or shudder. It's all perfect. You may feel a deep state of stillness. So each time you release, you may have one or all of those. It's all divine. So just receiving your guardian angel's love and support. Receiving their comfort. And there's another release. So just exhale through the breath. And I just feel Azrael standing there, ready to release this pain, this wound, this trauma, this issue. So just let it go. Let it go into the arms of Azrael so that you can be light. You can be free. And as soon as you let it go, this beautiful comfort comes in. And remember, you're never going to release anything you're not ready to, and the angels will never rush your process. So just trust them and trust yourself. And trust everything you're seeing. Trust your intuition. Trust you're on the right path. Trust what you see, feel, hear, know, sense, and smell in this sacred moment in time. And so as we bring our hands to our heart in prayer mudra, we bow to each other. And we ask the most powerful question. What am I learning from this pain, this wound, this trauma? What is the deeper meaning? What am I learning from this irritation in my throat? What am I learning from this pain, this wound? What is the deeper meaning? I'm willing to learn. And know that you may get the answer right now, but the answer may come at a later time when you're taking a shower, walking, doing the dishes. So just trusting the process. Thank you, angels, for drawing near at this time and revealing to us what we most need to know. So we welcome our angels' love into our hearts. We welcome the wisdom from this wound to reveal in perfect timing. And we dedicate the healing that we have received today to all our relations in all directions of time. Feel, see, know, and trust that your angels are bowing to you with so much love, and compassion as we seal our inner journey with a shanti, 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 peace, peace, and perfect peace. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to hear about your inner journey. So please share in the comments. I'm going to pull a card. How is it that you are trusting the cushions of comfort as part of the releasing process? And oh my gosh, so perfect. Archangel Jeremiah. He is the angel of forgiveness. In my book, he's the angel of mercy and the angel of receiving. So know that what I feel is Archangel Jeremiah is here with you as you, whatever size release you had, right? There's no judgment, there's no worry. To know that Jeremiah is going to continue to be with you, filling you with mercy, filling you with compassion, filling you with forgiveness. For whatever came up for you today. And so just trusting that. Thank you, Archangel Jeremiah, for helping me understand the process of forgiveness. So he is the angel in my book. Azrael is the angel of releasing, and then Jeremiah is the angel of receiving in the release and lead with your heart practice. So it's so perfect. And I feel like that torch in his heart, right? That torch shining your light. He's actually holding a torch, but it's so bright it looks like it is his heart. Amazing. All right, my dears, looking forward to connecting with you next week for the 3 safety nets of releasing, release only when ready, number 2. And I will see you soon. Have a beautiful rest of your day and week. All my love and happy Mardi Gras, everyone who celebrates. Namaste. Bye.